Sunday, August 18th, 2024, and you are watching You Don't Watch Sports right here on the Feo Grande YouTube network. I am the sublimely magnificent big ugly himself, Omari Ellis, and I am joined once again by a guest and friend of the channel, the one and only Big Bro, Ibn. What is up, Ibn? How are you doing? How was your sports week?
Oh, my sports week. It's cool, man. I'm just keeping up a little bit with the Chiefs during the preseason. We got Mahomes just shining on people, throwing behind the back passes.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds good.
Mhm.
We'll touch
Travis
into that.
Kelce. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we'll touch into that in a bit because yes, like I've said, this is You Don't Watch Sports. Two guys talking about three topics, help you sprinkle a little information into your casual sports conversation and be your guiding light through the sea of casual sports talk. And so yeah, with two guys, three topics, the summer's almost over, Ibn. And
Unfortunately.
unfortunately, but also fortunately, because the slow period of sports is about to end and we get to the big busy period.
Now, you know something, I want to say something. Last time when I was talking on this, I said this is the worst time for sports in between the last game of the finals, NBA finals, and the first game of the NFL season. I was wrong. This year, there was no slow period because we had the Olympics. So I was tripping. So yeah. I don't know what I was talking about. I'll take
That's
that back. I'll
hey,
take that back.
speaking of the Olympics, we'll go ahead and for the last time this year at least, make that our main topic of the day
Yeah.
because the Olympics 2024 have wrapped up, and yes, the USA with total medal count as well as tying for gold medal count took first place, 40 gold medals. We had about 126 or so total medals compared to China's, I believe, like 90 something total
Now
medals.
here's the thing too. I want to say something about that too. There is no competition on the medals. I don't know if you know that. They just tally them up. I don't know if you say that. I don't know if you know that, but there is no
Well, how do you
competition.
know what country wins?
I mean, there's no winner or loser in the medal count though. They're just saying, do we have these medals? We have these medals. We have these medals.
Point.
This country has this. What do you
How do
mean?
you
What's
know what country wins if you don't look
there
at the
is no
medals?
win on it though. You can't win because here's the thing: like you can't say a country is better than another country because certain countries have uh more money than other ones to
Okay.
send to play the sports. So
And yet they
America
still
has
will
more
do
money.
better.
America
But
has more
America
money
is
than any
also the
country.
most out of shape and least athletic country across the world if you ask every other country that's not America. So if we're so fat and unathletic and can't do anything, how come we keep beating them at their other sports?
Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. When we have more money. This country has more money than any other country in the world when it comes to stuff like that. So that's why. That's why I'm saying that. So you really can't say a country is
Now,
better than when it
as
comes to the
privileged as
number
we
of
are, there are
medals.
sports we can't touch, and we just shit at them.
Oh yeah, of course,
So
of
for
course,
all our good privilege and stuff, it sure as hell has not helped us out in soccer.
of course.
Hasn't
That's
helped
not our
us
sport.
out in diving.
I didn't know
Hasn't
that.
helped us out. No, that's like China things. Now swimming itself,
Oh
sure,
yeah, China. Yeah, China.
but China's got the diving. They've got a
Yeah.
whole bunch of other sports. The rich nigga sports like your fucking horse trotting and shit. That ain't USA.
That should not be in the Olympics, man. But okay, that's
But
neither here
but
nor there.
hey, you're talking about the people with the most money win all the time. Why ain't we winning the rich nigga sports?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Well, you said we only get the more medals because we have more money than
No,
everybody
no, no,
else.
no, 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 no. What I was saying is you can't really say a country is better than one when it comes to the number of medals they have because
To do with sports overall.
I see what you're saying, but I'm just saying like number of medals because one country might have more money to send more athletes to do those sports.
Fair. Now, I think percentage wise of who you send, it also like means and stuff like, hey, you may not only be able to send three people, but if all three of them motherfuckers got gold, well, shit.
That's what I'm saying. Right,
That is
right,
this
like
country
right,
might
right,
be something. And yeah,
right,
like
right,
and
right.
that's the other thing. That's also why they weigh golds heavier than the silvers and bronzes.
Mhm.
Like we
Mhm.
wouldn't be first place if we didn't tie China with golds.
No, you're right. You're right. But I'm just
They'd be
saying
talking
though.
about how much better China is at sports than us.
No. You're right. But I'm just saying though. Like you said, you send a country sends like 3 people, like you say. You can't say America is better than that country because they only have 3 people in the Olympics because they didn't have that's all the money they had to send them. So it's kind of like you can't really say that. Like you know what I mean?
So what's the point of the
No,
Olympics?
no, hold on. When I say that, I mean I'm saying that when it comes to the number of medals. That's what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying?
I
So, well,
suppose.
like the events, you can say, oh, okay, this country's better than this country. Like in basketball, you can say America's better than everybody else because we are better than everybody else.
So yeah, we are good at basketball, unless you're Noah Lyles, in which case, but that's a whole nother thing. But congratulations to him. He is the world's fastest man right now, Noah Lyles,
Yeah.
winning the 100-meter dash. Which,
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica had ran that category for decades, mainly because of
Yeah.
Usain Bolt,
Same
but
boat.
also like others others that
Mm-hmm.
were on the Jamaican track team. But yeah, America finally got that. We
Yep.
also, I believe, Sha'Carri Richardson. I don't know if she won gold, but I know she showed out in her races as well in the women's side. So America's back when it comes to track. Yeah, we've been getting beaten track
Yeah.
for all those years. All our money got us a lot of silver medals and bronze
Yeah.
medals, but you know, privileged. Um, Bottom line is the whip. Speaking of basketball, though, the men they win that. Not proving that we're like as better as other people, because I mean, other countries now in the Olympics have NBA players too. We're not the only country
Yeah. Yeah. Of
throwing
course.
NBA players at it. The French team, I think, had 5 NBA players start. Obviously, they weren't LeBron James, Kevin
Oh,
Durant,
of
Steph
course not. Of
Curry, etc. But NBA
course not.
players, Wembanyama, the guy
Oh
that's
yeah.
who's being heralded as the next big thing. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he's
Mm-hmm.
our guy on our channel. We've mentioned him on the show as well. I mean, he's everybody's guy at this point, but he's definitely ours as well. We were saying that
Right.
before the season last year, like, hey, that's the guy to look out for. So always rooting for his success, unless it's in the Olympics against the USA.
Right.
Um, Evan Fournier, Nicholas Batum, not Nicholas Batum, something Batum.
I think
Uh,
he was him. Batum, it was
okay,
him.
yeah, and two others that I Rudy
Rudy Gobert.
Gobert,
Rudy
multiple
Gobert. Yeah.
time defensive player of the year.
Right. Right.
So yeah, no, we beat them in the final. Steph Curry going nuts in the final minutes and just 30 or three doing what Steph Curry do. It was his first Olympics and he wanted to make sure he was going home with a gold.
That last shot, I literally yelled like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like it didn't make any damn sense, man.
That's
Like that
Steph
shit was
Curry,
crazy.
dog.
I know it was crazy, man.
But yeah, so that was cool. He kind of do you think he got screwed out of the FIBA MVP for the Olympics?
I didn't watch every game. The only game I watched was the last one, so I can't really say.
So what I will say is I would not have been surprised if they gave it to Steph. He definitely has the strongest argument outside of LeBron James, if not including LeBron James, because of those last 2 games that he played. I think, but the problem is 2 things. One, if you look at the whole Olympics and just consistently played the same level every game, that's just what LeBron do. He just gives you the same shit night in, night out. And it's good to know, hey, I'm guaranteed to get this much from this motherfucker right here every week. That said, Steph Curry brought us back against, I want to say it was Serbia that we played right before France. He
Yeah, I
brought
remember
us
hearing about
back
that game.
against
Yeah,
Serbia and he dominated the French.
yeah.
So that's, Steph Curry at that point. So Steph Curry should have gotten it. LeBron and Steph were 2 of my favorite players to watch in the current NBA. So seeing them on the same court and having fun, always fun by me. The women's game, I'm not sure if you caught how that ended.
I didn't see it.
Okay. So that game, far closer. Also USA versus France. Um, and it came down to the wire. And by when I say come down to the wire, I'm talking USA is up 3 with like less than 5 seconds to go. French chick dribbles down the court, shoots the shot, makes the shot, but her foot just went over the line,
Oh,
so it
man.
counted for 2. And so
That's like,
instead of overtime, it was disappointment. Go
oh
home,
damn.
sadness.
That's like Kevin Durant when he was playing for Brooklyn. You remember that when he was playing for Brooklyn in the playoffs and his foot was on the line? They could have won the game,
You
but his
said
foot
Kevin
was on
Durant?
the line. Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember
no,
that?
it was like that. She
Yeah.
kind of jumped slightly forward. It wasn't like his fucking size 22 feet and his toe on the line. She was over the line, but she was in momentum trying to run and get the shot.
Oh
So
man.
she, yeah, it was like, yeah, shoot, hang the wrist, hang the head. Unfortunate.
Mm.
But that is, it's still nothing to hang your head over. If we're being honest, a
Oh
silver
yeah, of
medal in
course.
the
Of course.
Olympics is you're
Oh
still
yeah.
better than everybody else not named a gold medalist.
You okay, look. This is how I look at it. Just getting to the Olympics, you're already better than everybody in the world doing it. Just getting there. Then and then getting a bronze or a silver is great. And a gold is the icing on the cake. So like you're the best of the best.
So I agree with 80% of your last statement. She said getting to the Olympics means you're the one already means you're better than everybody else in the
Yeah.
world in your sport. Did you happen to catch the Olympic breakdancing?
Oh yeah, well not that. Okay, not that. Not that. That's the exception to the rule, man. Come on now. This woman over here doing the photosynthesis from SpongeBob. What the
uh,
fuck
I had already talked with enough on Ray Gun, and apparently that's its own can of worms in and of itself. But she got that PhD in thugonomics and decided to come to the
oh man.
Olympics. And yeah. But hey, that's courage, if anything, to
I
know
guess so. I guess so.
and just be like that. She wanted to show she could think outside the box.
Yeah,
But
I guess so. That
the
was
first
bad.
Olympics ever for a sport, it's probably not the time to try and change the game.
I guess so. Hey, but look, here's the thing with that though. People want to say breakdancing shouldn't be in the Olympics. Ballroom dancing has been in the Olympics for a long time, so people need to shut the hell up.
Horse trotting.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Race walking. Come on, man. Come on.
Well, I mean, at least that's
That's still some.
exercise.
That's still. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right.
That's at least a race.
Even,
You're
even
just
though,
not
even though,
running, you're walking as fast as
even though
possible.
it looks silly as hell, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, when you have the perfect form and
Yeah.
this is the perfect form for race walking. Yeah, that's weird.
And they
Saw
say
Malcolm in the Middle episode about that.
yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah, they say your foot has to be on the ground at all times, but they say they be cheating.
Yeah, you need to have one foot on the ground at all times. That's what makes it different between a walk and a run. Because when you're running, there's periods of times where both feet are off the ground as you're going. So the best technical aspect they can have is that. Now, if
Right.
if every third step you do look a little hop step just to hide the thing going off the ground, then you can get away with it and it'd be faster than
Okay.
everybody else. You just have to hope somebody isn't super
Somebody looking at
competitive
you,
and watching your film, like the Malcolm in the Middle episode.
but they say everybody that does that cheats.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. There was a lot. I can agree with that. So that was the Olympics. Did you have anything else you want to talk about on the Olympics before we go on to the topics?
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson.
She is a fast woman. That one when they were doing the relay, and she looked to the side like bitch, and just took off. I was like, let's go, man.
It's about time we started doing that because both of the Jamaicans have been doing that to us for years. And taking the photo finishes like, look how much better I am than these motherfuckers.
Right.
So I'm happy we finally got a chance to do that. But yeah, that was the Olympics. We'll see what happens in 4 years. Actually, we'll probably see what happens in 2 years because of the Winter Olympics, where America
Mm,
doesn't do as well.
I'm
Because
not really a fan of that, but
I mean, it's the
I
Olympics.
call that I call that the rich people games.
Well, apparently you call the normal Olympics the rich people games, and that's why
No,
America wins.
I'm not gonna say that. No, I said America has money, not people. Because no. Think about it. Think about it. When you think of winter
No, Winter Olympics.
recreation,
America sucks at the Winter Olympics.
no. But I'm saying when you think of winter recreation, you think of rich people doing that stuff,
Oh,
skiing, all that,
I
ice skating,
definitely, I definitely agree with
hockey.
you that the Winter Olympics is richer than the normal Olympics. I was just
Yeah,
making a jab at the earlier comment as well.
yeah.
I'm like, well, yeah, you did the normal ones is then definitely the fucking Winter Olympics is the rich people Olympics. Because you're right, all the stuff you gotta buy, all those equipments for like
Yeah,
skiing and shit, you can
yeah.
only do it in one region of the country if you're trying to do it anyway.
Skates, all
So
that. Right.
yeah, no, I got you. Hockey is
Rink
a rich
time.
hockey. There's a reason, only a certain demographic of people play hockey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That said, speaking of a sports that's good for all demographics, NFL gridiron football. We got the season starting soon as our second topic. NFL season starts soon, 2024. I got you on here. Figured might as well catch it. I would ask you your expectations, but you don't really have any reason to have any expectations aside from success.
Yeah.
Being a Chiefs fan, how does it
Chiefs
feel
three
to
peat, three peat,
how
three
does it
peat.
feel to know for a fact that your team will be in the Super Bowl every year? A three-loss season is the worst thing you'll ever see for like the next 10 years. Like
Bro,
it's
this
great.
it's crazy, man. Like somebody pointed it out online. I think it was on Reddit, and they said Mahomes' floor is an AFC Championship game loss. Like what? Like how are you that good, man?
I mean, one can argue he also has good pieces around him, like that
Oh,
Kelsey
true,
guy, and
true, true, true,
in the first couple years he had Tyreek Hill, though Tyreek
true.
Hill is not being Tyreek Hill anymore. Um,
Oh no, he's still Tyreek Hill, but he's not on the Chiefs.
fair. Did the Dolphins make the playoffs last year?
Yeah, and they played the Chiefs, but it was cold as shit up here. It was like below zero temperatures, man.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, it was cold. It was cold in the Midwest. Early back in January. All over in the Midwest. Oh man, it was like below zero up here. It was stupid cold. I hated it, man.
Mhm. So I know what you're expecting with your team from the season. You're expecting another Super Bowl. You just said it three-peat.
Yes,
I don't think it's been done since those assholes in New
it's
England.
it, it's never happened ever.
Good. Fuck New England.
I
Um,
I feel you. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on
yeah. And folks all know how I feel about Boston sports teams. If they watch the show, I don't like them. Bottom line is, what?
that.
Well, you don't like Boston sports teams. What about your teams? Your team that good? No, my team is trash, and they're called the Carolina Panthers. Um, yeah, I'm going to be optimistic though. Trash though they are, I'm going to be optimistic and say we get 4 wins this season.
Optimistic with 4 wins. Okay.
I mean, I didn't see anything last season to say that we'll make it to the playoffs or
I
to the
I
Super
mean
Bowl or something like that. Did
I
you
don't
think Bryce Young is that guy? Because I
no
don't.
no, and I mean I hate to pile on, but there's nothing about Carolina that says anything good this year. Nothing.
Nothing
Nothing.
says. And here's the thing, Ibn. Nothing about Carolina says anything good for like the next 4 years
No,
because
you're
we
right.
traded all our picks away to get Bryce Young and
Yeah.
our best receiver.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. And now you trade him to Chicago, DJ Moore, and then you draft, and then they traded for Keenan Allen from the Chargers, and then they draft Caleb Williams, who is looking good right now in the preseason. Granted, it's the preseason,
And
but
granted,
still,
the looking good Caleb Williams has done All the highlight plays I've seen are plays Justin Fields could do and has done as well.
Well,
So they
no.
made a
Well, to me,
lateral move, but they put
no.
pieces around him, and he's
I'm not
younger.
gonna. I'm not gonna say it as a lateral move. To me, Caleb Williams looks like Mahomes a little bit. To me, that's what he looks like.
Because he
He's
can
doing
run.
no, because he's doing all that Houdini passes and shit, and all
Oh,
the
are the Bears
twirling.
toying with people too? Because I saw
Yeah,
Mahomes. I saw that Mahomes is toying with people in the preseason, throwing shit
yeah,
behind his back and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Over under 6 ring around the rosy plays this season for you guys. Because I know you guys like doing that when you're up in
Oh
games.
man, that would be funny if they brought that back.
I mean,
That
that's
was
what you
funny.
guys do when you're up in games. You just start playing on the field and toying with people.
I love that shit. I love it. I love it.
Must
That
be
ring around the
nice.
rosy was hilarious,
Must
man.
be, yeah. So we got like 6 or 7 of them this season. How many people are you going to be blowing out and doing that against? Because they do it
Yeah,
every time they blow somebody out. They just
no, they
start
do.
making up shit.
Start fucking with them. But yeah, no,
Over under 100 Taylor cams in the first
oh
6
man, yeah,
weeks.
you gonna see her a lot too. You're gonna see her a lot. Yes, you're gonna see her a
I'm
lot.
not gonna lie. I totally thought that she would dump the guy and make her next album about him and then perform it at the Super Bowl halftime show.
What?
That's what I thought that well, because she has a reputation for a lot of
Oh,
her
she
albums
does.
being
She
about
does.
former relationships.
She does.
And so I figured, you know what? She turned down the Super Bowl halftime show one year because the grand scheme was for the next year be like at the fucking Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So, but I was wrong. My cynicalness didn't work out, and now they're very happy. So, congratulations to them. Far be it from me to shit on other people's happiness just because I thought they weren't going to be. That's stupid. But yeah, congrats to them.
Hilarious,
Um,
hilarious.
huh?
No, I was saying hilarious, hilarious.
Yeah. So super. Speaking of Super Bowl predictions.
Well, obviously I say Chiefs 3-peat. And from the NFC, I don't know, man. The NFC, it's just weak in comparison to the AFC this year.
This
Um,
year,
yeah, I mean
or
last
like
year
throughout
too.
history.
No, because from the '60s to the '90s until the Broncos won back to back, the NFC was it the '60s? No, it was at least the '70s. From the '70s to the at least the
From the
'80s.
start of the Super Bowl era.
No, something like that. But they said the NFC was had won every Super Bowl until the Broncos won back to back 97, 98.
Oh, that had to start during the 70s because Miami at least won one in the
Yeah, okay,
'70s
There
with
you
that
go. There you go.
undefeated season.
There you go. There
And
you
I
go.
think
Yeah.
the Jets, before they became the Jets, also have
Yeah.
one under their
Yeah.
belt.
Yeah. The greatest upset of all time, yeah. Super Bowl 3.
But I
Um,
mean, the AFC has had people like your Mannings and
yeah.
Brady's
But
and
no. But what I'm saying,
Mahomes.
yeah. But no, I'm saying, yeah, they said that it was like this at least the 70s. If I could be wrong, but they said that the NFC had won every Super Bowl at that point until the Broncos won back to back, which is fucking wild. But yeah, but no, I'm just saying, like now though, the AFC looks like much stronger than the NFC this year, and it did
Yeah.
last year too. It did last year too.
And they have for the past 20 years since
I wouldn't say
Elway.
all that.
Since Elway. Well, yeah. Well, okay. So Elway wins two.
Yeah,
That's AFC.
yeah.
Then I believe that was the
The
Rams after
Rams.
that. That's
Yeah,
one NFC. Then Ravens.
yeah.
Then
AFC.
then Patriots get three.
Yeah, AFC. 02, that was the Bucks. That was NFC.
Bucks.
03. Who won 03? The
Patriots. Did the
Patriots
back
back
to
to back.
back.
05. Who won 05? That was Steelers.
Steelers.
Okay, 06. It was the Colts. 07, the
AFC.
Giants 07.
Giants. Okay.
08, Pittsburgh. 09, New Orleans. That was NFC.
All right. We're at 8 to
2010,
4.
2010. Who won in 2010? That was
Was that Packers?
Green Bay. 2011, it was the Giants.
All right.
So that's two back-to-back NFCs. 2012, Uh, Baltimore.
Baltimore, they beat 49ers, right?
Yeah, the lights went out.
Yeah.
2013. Seattle NFC.
Oh, I thought that was the
They
Patriots,
they
but
blew them
no,
out.
Seattle.
They blew Denver out.
And then
Uh,
Denver won the next year
they won
with
the next
Peyton.
year. No. 2014. 2014. That was New England.
New England, and then
Yeah, and
Denver.
and then Denver. Yeah,
All
and then
right.
2016. New England.
Yeah.
2017 is Philly.
Okay.
2018 New England in the worst Super Bowl ever.
Hmm.
2019 uh, Chiefs AFC. 20,
Chiefs.
2020 the
2020 was the
Bucks.
Bucks,
Buck Brady though.
and then Chiefs.
No, it was 2020, 2021
Oh no, one of them
Rams.
was
The
the
Rams. 2021 was the Rams.
Rams.
2022 Chiefs. Yeah.
Chiefs. So we got about, I think, 19 to 10 or something like that, or 14 to
AFC.
10. Yeah,
Okay.
AFC has been dominating the NFC for a long time because AFC gets all the dynasties. NFC
Yeah. Yeah.
teams,
Yeah.
NFC teams win, and then they don't see the fucking playoffs ever again. Um,
Damn. Yeah. No, you're right, man. The last NFC dynasty was San Francisco in the
and they
80s.
got no. Oh, okay. No, if we're talking 80s, we got it. Then you got to talk about the Cowboys in the 90s.
No, I'm tripping. How did I forget about the Cowboys? I'm tripping. I'm tripping. What I'm talking about? Yeah. Okay. Duh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
like, if we're going that far back, come
I'm
on now.
tripping. I'm tripping.
America's team,
Yeah. America's
USA.
team. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. Tripping. I'm tripping.
America's.
I'm tripping. But yeah, okay. But okay, Super Bowl predictions. Obviously Chiefs. And if Dan Campbell was not a gambler, I say Detroit. I could say Detroit.
You think Detroit will finally become a human and win Super Bowls?
They were one game away. If Dan Campbell did not gamble like an idiot, they'd have been in the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, I hear you on Dan Campbell. Counterpoint, Detroit Lions.
Okay, they still showed that they could get there though.
Did they?
Yeah. Hey man, look. When the Rams went to the Super Bowl in '99, nobody said the year before they go in the Super Bowl. Nobody said they had one of the best offenses ever.
Had the Rams been to the Super Bowl before 99?
Yeah, but nobody thought about them in St. Louis doing shit.
Okay. Has Detroit ever been?
No.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that, oh, that they can't do it this year. I'm just saying historically, history's not
Well,
necessarily
historically,
on the
yes.
Detroit Lions side
No, not at all.
whatsoever.
Not
If
at
they
all.
do, that's cool. But because there seems to be some kind of mystical force preventing them, I'm still gonna say they ain't doing it again because they're the Lions. If they make it, congrats. I'll probably be rooting for you because it'll be different.
History. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, that said, I don't think they're beating the Chiefs. So, and yeah, the Chiefs are probably making it and winning again. Because didn't they only get better?
Yeah, they drafted Xavier Worthy, really, really fast receiver. So
Okay.
he just might take the place of Tyreek.
Yeah. So, and wasn't Hardman, you still have Hardman, and wasn't people saying he's faster than Tyreek?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's not.
I think people were saying it a couple
He
years ago.
he and he's a number two anyway. So number two, number three. So
Fair. In the NFC, coming out of it, man, I would love for Dan Campbell and the Lions to make it just because underdog, but I
right.
can't say they will. But the NFC is so trash. There aren't any
That's what I'm
good teams.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Fucking rematch.
San
49ers
Francisco.
Chiefs.
I can
And
see
the
that.
and
I can see
49ers lose again. Because
that.
Christian McCaffrey's back can only carry so much.
I mean, hey, And you hear they're talking about they might trade Brandon Ayuk. You heard about that, right?
No.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
See, this is why the NFC will never be good. Because their solution to we weren't close enough is let's trade away good players
Right.
as opposed to adding good players. And fucking Rams lose to Tom Brady, like, hey, let's blow up the team. And then suck for 20 years.
They never should have got rid of Kurt Warner. I will die on that hill. Looking back on it, never should have got rid of
At
him.
the time they got rid of him, it made sense. I'm not even
It
talking
made
about
sense.
him because he lasted a couple seasons after that Super Bowl before they
He
got rid
did.
of him.
He did, but it
But
made sense to
like
get rid of
there
him.
were other people, I forget exactly who, but there were other people they got rid of the second they lost the Super Bowl. Like, well, so much
Yeah,
for that. No, nigga, they barely won on a 3-point field goal.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Anyway, so you got the Chiefs winning again in a three-peat. I don't want them to three-peat just because of my own sanity, but if they do, it'll happen. Uh they will
Well,
beat the 49ers
let
this
me
year.
ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Okay, so obviously you did not like New England. I didn't either. But how do you feel about the Chiefs dynasty? This
I
Chiefs.
don't I don't hate them like I hated New England.
Okay.
However, I do have acquaintances that are Bears fans, which has led me to root for the Bears, which unfortunately means I can't be happy if the Chiefs have success because of Mahomes. So I looked at I also if I didn't pick the Panthers when the Rams left St. Louis, I probably would have been a Chiefs fan just because same state.
Right.
But my dumbass was like, I want to root for a team that actually has a chance for once because the Chiefs hadn't been doing anything for a long time. And
And
I
then
wanted to
and
root
then
for Cam. I
yeah,
wanted to have fun watching football. And Alex Smith versus Cam Newton. Who do you think you're gonna have more fun watching?
Cam Newton. Right.
Well,
Right. And then he tears his shoulder.
thank you, Steelers.
God
TJ Watt ruined that man's career.
damn.
Um, and yeah, the second I start becoming a Panthers fan, they're terrible and will never be good again. So I'm just not allowed to root for good football teams. I'm not allowed to have a team that I root for be good.
You can always jump on the bandwagon, man.
No, it's too late now. That's selling my soul. I don't care if I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. Rooting for the Chiefs now would be a fucking bitch made move. My one shot to be a Chiefs fan and enjoy football, my one chance to enjoy the NFL, I blew it. So here we are.
Well, here's my thing. I became a Chiefs fan. I wasn't even a Chiefs fan at first. When the Rams left
Yeah.
St. Louis, I was a fan of football because I just love football. So anything that was on, I was watching. Like I'll watch any NFL game that's on as long as it's a good game. I'm watching that shit. But when the Chiefs started getting good, I'm like, okay, I'm a Chiefs fan now. You can call me a bandwagon jumper. I am. Okay, whatever.
You're from Missouri though.
I'm from Missouri though.
And you
Yeah.
hadn't picked a new team officially like I
No, I
had.
hadn't. Yeah, yeah. No, you're right.
Like
You're
I
right.
had already picked a new team. Leaving now would be bullshit. Being like, oh, the Panthers suck, so I'm a root for a good team. I hate niggas that do that. No, there's no. Where's your fucking sense of loyalty? Like you made your bed, you fucking lie in it.
Oh man, that's funny.
If
That's
your
funny.
team leaves the city and says fuck every nigga that lives here, yeah, you have the permission to pick a new team,
Oh yeah, you do. You do. Yes.
which is
Yes.
the only time I did.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, but
Yes.
Omari, don't you have a Broncos hat from when you were a kid? I hadn't picked a team yet. I didn't know shit about football. I'd seen one football game and the Broncos won it. And so I was like, cool, the Broncos are a good football team. And then St. Louis was like, hey, we have a team that's worth watching. I actually start watching the sport and following. So I'm like, well, let's go, Rams, all in. STL, baby, blue and gold. We won the Super Bowl. I don't know why you two are talking about, oh, we may not beat Tennessee this year. I'm like, nah, they won.
I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Once I became a Rams fan, I was all in. Even when they shat the bed
Oh,
and were
same
under
here. Same here.
500 for a decade.
Same here, man. Look, I look back on that time and I wonder to myself, why did I waste so much time with that shitty ass team? Why?
13 years of under 500
Why did I looking back at that? Like, why did I waste my time with such shitty?
because they're the home team and you're a person with a soul and you're loyal,
Like, look,
even
no,
if the
I
team's
like
not loyal to you.
look. I will tell you this. It got to be so like when Jeff Fisher became a coach. It got to the point like his last few years where like the last few games of the year when teams are playing for playoff position and stuff like that. And the Rams would always be shitty at the last like 3 or 4 games of the year. And you know how around that time it was always a better game on TV. I'll be like, yo, I don't want to watch the Rams, bro. Like, come on. Like I remember Adrian Peterson, he was trying to
Oh,
break the
going for the
2000,
2K.
yeah, trying to break that record. And they had to play the Rams versus some other shitty team. I think it was against Seattle. I'm like, I don't want to watch this bullshit, man. And then when that game was over, they you know how they do bonus coverage. They came to the end of that game when they were interviewing Adrian Peterson about what happened. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. And
Yeah.
that's how it was every year with him, and every year with the Rams. I'm like, I don't want to watch this trash, man.
I
So
wanted to watch it if they won, but they only won like once every 5 games, if that.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's football. That was our second topic. We went off a bit of tangent, but it is what it is.
Hey, we love football, man. We're
We
football
do.
fans.
We
Hey,
do. We do. That is the sport. We love it. Love the way they run it up and down the court. Anyway, we're going to season 3 or seed 3, our third seed of the day, where we talk about AEW All In. Because yes, wrestling is sports enough to be on this show, just
and
like
we're
fighting
we're
games is.
we're wrestling fans too. So hey,
Exactly. And speaking of wrestling fans, we got us a fan of AEW, Mr. AEW on the channel,
hi
Big
guys.
Bro Ibn. We're gonna talk about All In. So we got a couple. He got about 10 matches already set up
Yeah,
for All In Wembley Stadium, which is what, next week, correct?
yeah. Next Sunday,
Yes. All
25th.
right. So yeah, just gonna hit some of these matches. I guess you can tell me, you can help me, casual AEW guy, know what I should be looking for. So we got Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway versus Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii in a mixed tag match. Oh, I see. The winning team chooses the stipulation of Nightingale and Statlander's all out match. Who do you think you got in that one?
Said winner choose the stipulation.
Mixed
Hold on.
tag match. Winning team chooses the stipulation of the match between Nightingale and Statlander at All Out.
Is that? I don't remember them saying that on TV. Okay, I
That
watch
is what
every.
it's saying on what I
I
see
see it.
here.
I see it. I see it. But I don't remember them saying that. But if that's true, um, I see Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii winning. Uh, Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway are hilarious. Stokely is funny as shit.
He is.
He trying to act all tough
What was his
against
WWE name? Like Malcolm something?
Malcolm Bivens.
Malcolm Bivens. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
I
no,
like
no, 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 no! It wasn't Malcolm Bivens. Malcolm Bivens is a singer, man, from New Edition. Um, it was
Oh,
Bivens.
Bell Biv DeVoe.
Yeah. It was something Bivens. I don't remember.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
something Bivens. I
yeah.
do feel like Bivens was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're like,
It's a
yeah,
Malcolm Bivens.
Malcolm Bivens. That
Malcolm
sounds
Bivens.
right.
That's New Edition, bro. But no, no, Stokely, he's trying to act all tough against Tomohiro Ishii, trying to act all, but you can tell deep down inside he's all scared and shit. So, but yeah, no, I see Willow and Tomohiro winning that match.
It was totally Malcolm Bivens in WWE.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm about to say that sounds Michael Bivens on the other
Michael
hand.
Bivens. Oh, okay. Yeah. Michael Bivens is New Edition. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
I'm about to say Malcolm Bivens, though. I can't picture that motherfucker's name being anything other than Malcolm. What did he do? He had to pick something similar. And then they're like, oh no, Malcolm was him, Michael was the
Okay.
other.
Okay.
All right, so moving on. So you say you think Willow's taking that one. I have no reason to disagree. I believe she's the current champ, correct?
No, she's not.
Oh,
Uh,
Statlander is.
no, neither one of them are a women's champion or anything. Mercedes beat Willow for the TBS championship at Double or Nothing.
Oh yeah, you were so correct.
Mhm.
Okay. They're just fighting. Gotcha.
Yeah, because they were best friends. Willow was best friends with Chris Statlander and also best friend with Stokely. And Chris turned on Willow at the end of uh Willow's match with Mercedes at Double or Nothing.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Meanwhile, speaking of former friends, we got timeless Tony Storm versus the glamour Mariah May. And a match that is for the women's championship, the women's
Yes.
world championship to be precise. Tony Storm has the title. Will she keep it?
No,
No.
no, no. And I will say this. This is one of the best storylines AEW has done this year. It really is. And one of the best they've ever done, period, in their whole existence. Mariah May's heel turn was one of the best heel turns ever. It was so unexpected. Man, it was crazy. So I will say that. And they're going to be in Mariah May's hometown. So they're going to give her the hometown win.
It is.
Uh,
Oh, Mariah May is British.
yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna give her the hometown win. She's from London, um, and it's gonna propel Mariah May to superstardom.
Shits and giggles, I'm gonna say they finally do the non AEW thing and piss off the crowd and have Tony Storm anyway.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
I
I don't
know
see
it's
them doing
very
that.
anti AEW to do that, but that's why it catches you off guard, and also because I just don't want to agree on every single match. But who I do think will win is probably, well, he's not even from that country, but he talks like the people who are. Will Ospreay
Well, Osprey
versus.
is he's from England.
I thought he was from Australia.
No, he's from England.
He was just part of Aussie Open.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
Well,
I would assume
well,
Aussie.
together, Aussie Open with him was called United Empire. That's what it was called.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So I got confused. I hear him and I think British people, but he was. I saw him with a group called Aussie Open. I'm like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
just being racist and assuming that the Australians are British.
Racist. No,
But
yeah, no, he's from Essex, England.
okay,
I don't know where Essex, England is, but I've heard of it though. So.
yeah. Only thing I know about Essex is Nathaniel, aka Mr. Sinister. Anyway, William Will,
From X Men.
yeah, his real
Oh,
name is Nathaniel Essex.
okay.
Um, or Nathan Essex, whatever. Bottom line is, Will Ospreay. I am assuming it will beat MJF for that
Oh yes.
for that
Oh yes.
hometown crowd pop.
Yes. 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 MJF. I don't know if you know the storyline. He won the international championship from Will Ospreay in an hour-long match, which was fucking crazy. It's always crazy when I see any wrestler wrestle for an hour, man. And then
Yeah,
nobody knew it was gonna be an hour. Nobody knew that. And then when you get to the to like 30-minute mark, you're like, oh shit. And then when they get to like 40 minutes, like, oh shit, are they about to go an hour? Fuck. And then he won the match with in the last 3 seconds, man. It was crazy, man. I love it, man. I love it.
those
I
things are
love it.
always great.
Yeah.
But
Will
yeah,
Ospreay is the best wrestler. He's the wrestler of the year right now. Nobody else is beating him. You can say Brian Danielson, but he's number two. Will Ospreay is the best wrestler of the year this year.
I will
Nobody
say
else
I'm
is beating him.
surprised we didn't have Osprey versus Danielson at the Wembley, with this being Brian Danielson's last year
Well,
as a
they're
wrestler and stuff. But
what we're coming to it, but they're not going to run that back right now if they ever do, because they already had that match. And that match, I was there for Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay, and I will say it is the best match I've ever seen in person, and it might be the best match I've ever seen. Man, go out of your way to see that match, man.
There you
And,
go.
everybody else go out of your way to see that match. Everybody else, one of the best
Yeah,
matches ever. One of the best matches
yeah.
ever.
Speaking of a match that's not going to be nearly as
What?
technical. Oh, go
Hold on.
ahead.
We didn't pick who we thought was gonna win that match though.
Oh, I said Osprey,
Oh, okay, yeah,
and you
Osprey,
said you agreed.
yeah. Okay, yeah. My bad. Sorry,
Nah,
sorry.
no problem.
Okay.
Well, a match that won't be nearly as technical, but
Oh
may
no,
still
man.
be a spectacle,
Yeah.
especially if they include real glass. We got Jack Perry, the scapegoat, versus Darby All In at a pay-per-view that shares his name.
In a
Bill's
coffin
favorite
match.
match on the card. It's not. It will not be
No.
Bill's favorite match on the card at all. Favorite match on the card. Jack. I got Darby.
I got Darby too.
I like
It's
Jack more than people do, but and
well,
I want Darby to win this.
no. I'm gonna change my pick because I got a feeling they're gonna subvert expectations. Because the coffin match is Darby's match, and he's won every iteration of that match that they've had. He's been in every one of them.
Oh my god.
I think they're gonna subvert expectations. They're gonna swerve everybody. Jack Perry's a heel. They're trying to make him a star. He's the TNT champion. They're gonna swerve everybody. I think Jack Perry's gonna
Conversely,
win. He's gonna
conversely,
win. Yeah, I think he's
they
gonna
come
win.
out with a glass coffin.
Oh man, somebody was talking about that. Somebody was talking about that
The
online.
Crimea River match.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah. And Darby's gonna do some crazy shit in that match. You know
Oh
he is.
yeah. I hope they don't have a glass coffin because that motherfucker definitely will coffin drop through it.
Yes.
And it definitely will be real because Darby's a fucking weirdo. And I mean that in
Yes.
the best way. I do watch
Yes.
Darby Allin, but boy, if I don't like wince or make a weird noise in reaction to like 5 spots out of every match, then it's not a
Every
Darby match.
every time I watch Darby, I always scream out. He does something crazy, which is every match.
Yeah.
I always scream out, Darby, chill. I always scream that out.
He has none. He has none. The man knows no fear. The man climbed a mountain, then got hit by a bus after breaking his ankle. That's just what he does. And then came out to wrestle the following week. He fell, so will you. Okay, he can't sleep. His head's on fire, etc. Darby Allin. Um, moving on. So you got Jack. I got Darby.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got Mercedes Monet with Camille versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, for the AEW TBS Championship. I think they
Mercedes
give
is
it to
good.
Britt. You say
Um,
Mercedes keeps it?
yeah, she's gonna keep it, man. Britt just came back. I think they're gonna continue that feud. Camille just became she came into the company and is Mercedes is heavy, her bodyguard. So it's kind of like Diesel
Yeah.
to Shawn Michaels. So I could see Camille breaking free from Mercedes because I got a feeling they're gonna do that. They're gonna have Camille turn face one day and break away and then become a star in her own right. So yeah,
On some Wardlow shit. Although
yeah,
hopefully they actually push her.
yeah,
Unlike
yeah.
Wardlow shit.
And like I said, Shawn Michaels and Diesel. So
Yeah. But yeah, I wasn't saying you were wrong. I was just
yeah.
thinking like that's something more
Oh
recent
yeah.
that
Yeah.
AEW has done.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
All right. Orange Cassidy versus all TBA in the
Yeah.
Casino Gauntlet match for a future World Championship match. Ibn, please explain to me what they're talking about.
Okay, so the Casino Gauntlet match. It's an AEW creation. They just started doing it this year. The first one was right after Dynasty. There have been two. Will Ospreay won the first one. think he won the second one too, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken.
So he can come
Um,
back out and win this one.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But what it is though, so it's kind of like it's a gauntlet match. But wrestlers come in at any time. There is no set time for anybody to come into the match. The match can only end pinfall or submission, and it can end any time. I think there's a maximum of like 20 wrestlers that can be in the match, but not all 20 might not even come in the match. So um two wrestlers can start the match, and if they lose if they get pinned or they submit, nobody else comes in, the match is over. And you don't know who's going to be in the match. That's the excitement about it. So yeah, it sounds it's very good. The second one they did, that's one of the best matches that AEW has done this year.
So I'm sorry. Two people start in the ring,
Yeah,
and after a certain amount of time, people come in and join.
yeah.
But
But the
the
match can end
second
anytime.
anytime he gets pinned, it's over.
Pin or submitted. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I think there's a maximum of like 20 people that can be in the match, but it can end anytime though. One person get pinned and submitted, that's it. It's over. And what makes it so good, you don't know who's going to be in it. There's been surprises. Leo Rush made his return in that match. Um, it was Shota Umino. I don't know if you heard of him. He was in it. He's a New Japan wrestler. He was in it.
Okay.
It was right before Forbidden Door.
Is this when we get Ricochet and Bobby Lashley?
I can see that. I think so. That might happen. So yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And Mox might make his return too in that match as well. So yeah.
And the winner gets an AEW championship match?
Yep. Orange Cassidy, he won. It was a three-way between him, Kyle O'Reilly, and Mark Briscoe on last Wednesday's Dynamite to determine who would be number one in the match. And
Okay.
number one, you have the advantage. So yeah.
Oh, so does number two, but
So is number two, yeah. Same with the
Yeah.
Royal Rumble. Right.
yeah. Well,
Well,
yeah.
Royal Rumble. Well, number one, number two in
yeah.
the Royal Rumble. Yeah, it's the
but
same shit.
no one gives credit to the number two guy when they
Right,
win.
right,
They only
right.
give it credit to the number one, and the number two's like, I literally was in the match that
Same time.
amount of time. But yeah, you still don't have that whole. It's 1 versus 30. It's 2 versus 28, son. Like what? But I hear you.
Yeah. So yeah. The intrigue of that match is you don't know who's going to be in it. It's so many surprises, and it can end anytime.
Has
So,
it in its two previous entries or its two previous instances? Has anyone won the match before like 5 people came out?
I don't remember. But I just remember like not everybody came out that you thought was going to come out.
Gotcha.
Not the full amount didn't all come out. So
Gotcha. All right. So who do you got winning that? Orange Cassidy or the Field? Since we don't know everybody in the match.
The Field.
As do I. I don't see Orange Cassidy as a guy even AEW would put the main belt on.
Not yet. I mean,
I love Orange Cassidy.
I
would love to have him, but I say the main belt, they got too many other names to put that on.
I can see it. I can see it somewhere down the line. Same with Darby. I can see Darby getting it too. So yeah.
All right. Well, moving on. Speaking of someone who has worn that belt, the main belt, that is, he has a different belt on right now, the Fuck the World Championship or the FTW Championship. Chris Jericho going against the guy, the rightful heir to the FTW throne, Hook. However, yes, hence him being the rightful heir to the FTW Championship throne. And if he loses, apparently he can never challenge for the FTW Championship as long as Jericho's champion. So does he win?
Yes, you put. Look, man. Anytime in wrestling, you put a stipulation like that when somebody can never challenge for that belt again, or So something like that. That person who can never stipulations, if they lose, they can never do it again. 99% of the time they're going to win, unless your name is Cody Rhodes.
I'm gonna hit you with that. I was like, oh, I
Unless
hear
your
you,
name is
but I
Cody
got
Rhodes.
2 words for you, Cody Rhodes.
Right, right. Yeah, that's so Hook's winning. Hook's winning. Hook's winning.
I agree. Hook wins this. After all, he's the rightful heir to the throne. Then again,
Right.
I've been saying that the past few times Hook's fought Chris Jericho, and Jericho still has this belt. So what do I know? We
And the internet hates him.
well,
So
yes,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what he has become. He's betrayed
yeah.
everything he's ever known. Meanwhile,
He's
we got the
become, he's
young.
become, he's becoming.
Yep. Now we got the Young Bucks versus FTR for the 80,000th time, but this time we got the Scissormen, the Acclaimed, in there
Man.
as well.
They got added. So what happened last night on Collision? FTR fought the Acclaimed because on Wednesday they were fighting the Bucks for the tag team championship.
Yeah.
Because the whole storyline between that is FTR, they're the number one contenders to no, no, my bad. I'm sorry. The Acclaimed are the number. They were the number one contenders to the tag team championships.
Okay.
Um, and FTR were kind of feuding with the Bucks, and the Acclaim was like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? We are the number one contenders. Why are y'all? What are y'all fucking with the Bucks for? Because it's our spot." So they were like, "Okay, well, we're gonna have it where to skip all this bullshit. We're gonna have it where the Acclaim are gonna fight the Bucks on Dynamite this Wednesday, last Wednesday,
Okay.
for the belt." So what happened that they had the match. The match was going good and all that stuff. FTR comes in though, and they interfere and get the Bucks DQ'd. So the Bucks retained because it was the DQ. You know, a belt never changes hands on
Yeah.
DQ or count or whatever.
Classic.
Yeah. So the Bucks retain. So they made it where this Saturday on Collision, FTR was going to fight the Acclaim to determine who was going to go to All In and fight the Bucks for the belt uh
Sacrifice.
at All In. That sacrifice. Now you got 33%. If you had Kurt Angle in the mix, no. But no. So FTR and the Acclaim fought on Collision this Saturday. Great match, man. Oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. Go out of your way to watch it. If you do watch anything AEW, watch that match. If you watch anything from AEW this week, watch that match from Collision Saturday. FTR and the Acclaim. It was a 30-minute time limit draw, so they made it a triple threat tag team match. So there you go.
Damn, you normally don't see the Acclaim having those kind of matches. Like
No,
they're
you
they're
don't.
they're they're great at what they do. They're solid in the ring.
Yeah,
Obviously, have a crowd presence and charisma about them. I'm not saying anything against them in that. It's just usually when it comes to tag team wrestling matches wise, you don't hear the Acclaimed in those talks of match quality wise because it's usually your FTRs, Bucks, Lucha Bros,
yeah,
that. So it's cool to hear that they had a match and that they are progressing that far. Because that's how you
right.
keep the longevity. It's like, yeah, you can be entertaining for a while, but eventually when the clickbait raps run out, you gotta
Yeah,
do stuff in the ring. Hey, he likes picking whatever topic is the most controversial and dropping a line from it in his rap.
yeah.
I'm not knocking the game. I'm just identifying it. It
Yeah.
works for him.
No, you're right.
Meanwhile, I got damn, I don't know. What isn't
What?
one of those two teams, Young Bucks or FTR, have a chance of being like the first? No, the Young Bucks are the first 3 time, right?
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Yeah. I because it's a triple threat and the Acclaimed are here, and I just talked about it the way I do. I think they get pinned by the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks win.
The Acclaim gonna lose. I
Yeah,
think. I
I
think.
think that gives the Bucks just enough. leeway to win while keeping FTR strong and keeping that rivalry strong.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even if the Young Bucks don't, and the Young Bucks are the heels and all about shenanigery with the, shenanigans with the
The
elite
MVP
shit.
storyline. Mhm.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying they win and pin the Acclaim, just because triple threats, no DQs, ripe for chicanery.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
So,
Only thing I picked the Bucks too because I think I see them using some underhanded tactics and stuff. Um, Shout out Booker T. No, using little underhanded tactics. No, no, no. I picked them. They're going to use heel tactics and all that stuff. And they're probably going to have the Acclaim play the underdogs and everything in that match. Only thing I hope is I don't like AEW's multi tag team matches. You know how it is when they only have two people in the match, two people in the ring at one time, and then anybody can tag anybody. I don't like that.
oh,
I hope, I hope
that's
they
the
don't
kind
do
of
that.
match this is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope it's not. I hope it's not. But that's how
yeah,
AEW does those. I don't like
yeah. I
that.
especially hate that format when it's only three teams.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so that's weird. What was I gonna say though? I would like for the Acclaim to win just because of the underdog thing,
Oh yeah. I would too, and I would like
and
them to
because I'm
win too.
tired of Bucks versus FTR.
Yeah,
But I get that that's the storied rivalry.
I want two things to happen. I wouldn't be mad if I want the I see the Bucks winning, but I wouldn't be mad if the Acclaim won. And I wouldn't be mad if the Acclaim won because people don't like online. They don't like Max Caster, and I want him to be pissed off if he wins.
Yeah,
But
they don't
also
like him because of his clickbait reps, and he
and
like
also he
purposely pissing them off with his reps.
yeah, and also too he likes to troll on Twitter too. So people
Yeah,
don't like that. Yeah. So
like I said, I respect the game, but
yeah yeah and the Bucks people just like they just seethe when they see the Bucks online. So I want them to win too.
well, yeah. Ever since the Punk thing, they're never going
Yeah,
to be
they really don't like them after that.
like them and Jack Perry are never going to be faces
Yeah.
again. Like,
They didn't like the Bucks before that, but they don't like them especially now.
yeah.
So yeah,
So that's that one. Now we got our next match after that. We got the patriarchy. Jesus, there's a lot of people in this match.
it's
So we got
a
the
four way.
patriarchy. Four-way London ladders match for the AEW Trios Championship. Four trio teams. We got the
Oh my god,
patriarchy, Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne, and or Mother Wayne, apparently.
they,
Uh
just, they threw that in there. They being stupid.
okay.
What it is, Christian Cage, Christian you know his little storyline, how he's treating Luchasaurus like shit, and
Yeah.
he's treating Nick Wayne. He's giving Nick Wayne all the attention because he's treating him like it's his son, and he's
Uh
being Nick Wayne's surrogate dad because Nick Wayne's dad is dead. You know his whole
yeah.
thing with the dead fathers. So yeah, that's what he's doing, and
Gotcha.
they're the trios champs, and instead of giving Luchasaurus a belt, he's giving it to Mother Wayne
Oh my
instead of
god.
yeah. That's so he's being an asshole to him. That's what it
Gotcha.
is.
It's them versus the Bang Bang Gang because Gun Club wasn't cool enough, I guess, with Juice Robinson, Austin Gunn, and Colton Gunn versus the House of Black. We know them and TBD
Yeah.
to be
So
determined.
what happened with that? Okay. So
The Hurt
let
Company,
um
the Pain Company, Bobby
well
Lashley, Ricochet, and some other black guy coming to the company.
no MVP is either MVP or Bobby Lashley trademarked the Hurt Syndicate.
The Hurt Syndicate. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Ricochet come in as the Hurt Syndicate.
No, but no. So what happened? I'll tell you the storyline behind that. So last Saturday, Christian was the special guest referee. They gave him a little turtleneck referee shirt and all that shit. It was stupid. And he it was between he was the special ref in that match between the Bullet Club Gold and the House of Black. And he double counted both teams on purpose. They were both down for like they got to the 8 count. They were both down on the mat. So one of them stood up and he speared him and then counted to 10. And then he said, okay, fuck all y'all. Like, you motherfucker, man. So Christopher Daniels made it where it was gonna be a a 4-way London ladders match between the three of them and a team to be determined. So on Collision, they're gonna have a wild card trios match to determine who's gonna be in the ladder match. So 12 men in a ladder match is going to be absolutely wild, absolutely insane.
What makes it London ladders?
They're in London.
Okay. I didn't know. Could have been some stipulation added to a ladder match that made it slightly different. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes you got cage matches, sometimes you got like asylum matches or some shit, and it's like, what the fuck? But
that's going to be absolutely insane. 12 men in a ladder match.
actually, you know what? Death Triangle, Lucha Bros re-sign.
I was
That's
thinking
the
that.
TBD.
I was thinking that if Lucha Brothers actually show up and re-sign, I will have an out of body experience.
If that's Cero, Miedo,
Bro,
Animo, Arrow,
Ray Phoenix is my favorite wrestler right now. So if they actually show up and stay with the company, I will jump out the window. Like it'll be wild. And if they do it, they're gonna win. They're gonna win that match.
I hope so. I like Death Triangle. I like all three of them. I like Ray Phoenix for his in-ring work.
Yes.
I've always been a fan of Pac. I like him more as Pac than I did as Neville.
Oh, of course.
Obviously his wrestling skills have been the same regardless, but I like character-wise, I like the character Pac more than I do Neville. Sorry, Super Jazz. But there's and then fucking Penta, who doesn't get talked about as much between them. I love his showmanship.
Yeah.
Like that motherfucker when he had his Pinto Oscuro arc. Yeah, just like Jesus Christ, that man was terrified, but in a good way. Because it's like that dark corner of AEW that you don't talk about, where the niggas is all crazy and they don't care about belts. They just care about being as spooky as possible or angry. They're just doing shit. They're just here to fight people. Yeah. Every once in a while, one of them gets let out of the cage and he wins a belt, and then he loses and goes right back into the fucking cage. And everybody else. Like, oh, sorry, no, go fight those guys. Yeah. You can just tell by the entrances what part of AEW these people belong to. And Penta Oscuro is definitely one of those.
Yeah, man. No, it'll be wild if Death Triangle actually is the team in that match, man. That would be crazy. That really would be.
It's either them or the Hurt Syndicate, and I got that team. I got TBD winning that match.
Well, no. Here's the thing with that though. I don't think they would have the three of them show up, the Hurt Syndicate or whatever, in that match. I think they would have all of them show up in the
Casino
Gauntlet.
They could, but I'm just throwing it out there as a wild
I hear you.
assumption. Because I do find that highly unlikely. Because they would did Cedric Alexander leave WWE too?
No, he's still there.
Okay, so they would need a third black guy because I think MVP, to my knowledge, I haven't seen him in the ring in a long time. I don't know if he still can.
I don't know if he does it. I don't know if he still does.
If he can't, they would need a third black guy.
Shelton.
So, did he leave WWE?
Yeah, he's been gone.
Oh, there you go. Shelton, Bobby Lashley, and Ricochet because reasons. Because he's black enough. All right, so moving on, we got finally the main event: Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana, of course, versus Brian the American Dragon Danielson for the title versus career AEW
I'm torn on this one.
Championship.
I'm torn on this one.
Well, I'm not all out of faith. I still say we driving and we crashing because I swerve when I drive right into my fucking house. My house, not my house. It's Swerve's house.
No, yeah, I'm torn on this one because um Swerve is black and he's the first black champ. And I root for anybody that's black.
That is
Um,
fair.
Brian Danielson is one of the greatest to ever do it. And he's never had the belt. And his whole thing, if he loses, his career is over. I don't know. I'm gonna say Swerve though. And the only reason I'm gonna say Swerve is because like I say because he's black. But there are a few things that are going into this match. So, Swerve, he still has a feud with Hangman.
Yeah.
So that's in the air. That's like the cloud over all the match. So is Hangman gonna get involved somehow and like screw Swerve out the match? Um, then you have Wrestle Dream.
Page, baby.
You have Wrestle Dream in Tacoma, Washington, which is near Seattle.
Oh, pay-per-view.
Later
Okay.
later on in October. They're both from Washington State. Swerve is from Tacoma.
Hmm.
Um,
Daniel Bryan's from Auburn or whatever.
Aberdeen.
Yeah.
That's like an hour away from Seattle. So yeah, man. So we don't know. Like, are they gonna have it where he wins, and then where Brian wins, and then he gonna drop it to Swerve, drop it back to Swerve at Wrestle Dream? What are they gonna do? We don't know. So, but I still say I think I want Swerve to win, but I'm looking at it now. I think they're gonna have Brian win. But then again, you don't know what they're gonna do because Brian is so good at what he does. He has you thinking he might win, but then he pulls the wool out from under your eyes and he loses.
Isn't he known for having a reputation of always or being a little too willing to put the other guy over?
Yes, yes.
And this is his last year wrestling.
As a full-time wrestler.
Yeah. So one of the things we talked about it earlier with the challenge for a belt thing and the high success rate that the challenger has when it's their last shot at a title.
Yeah. Yeah.
Conversely,
Unless your name's Cody Rhodes, right?
yeah, or I think Brock also had that happen during the Roman feud as well.
Okay, I remember that.
Brock Lesnar during the Bloodline thing because they had fought too many times, and they're like, "No, if you lose this time, you can't."
Oh yeah.
This.
SummerSlam
Yeah.
2020. Yeah.
Yeah. So it does happen that you get locked out from a belt in that. However, career is a lot more skewed in the opposite direction. Usually the motherfucker whose career on the line ends up being their last match. At
And
least but then they come out of retirement
they end
later.
up coming back anyway, right? Because this is wrestling. No retirement ever sticks in wrestling. So.
Yeah, we'll see Undertaker in a couple years.
Mick Foley. Come on, he's come back multiple times. So.
Oh, Mick Foley. So yeah, it'll happen. It's just he won't be full time. So losing your career is a good excuse to not full time wrestle anymore.
He always said before he put his career on the line, he did say this was going to be his last match as a full last year
as a full time.
Yeah, full time wrestler.
And a good time to take a break off and get some rest period in between your last couple like sporadic matches is right after you lose in Wembley.
Yeah.
To the new hot and up and coming star in Swerve. And I don't want to do with Swerve what I did with Damian Priest, where every pay-per-view I just assumed it was gonna lose. Only for him to subvert expectations and keep winning. So I'm just rooting for Swerve.
Swerve is a star, man. I will say that.
I agree.
He is one of the best. He's one of the best going right now.
Yeah, I was happy when they finally pulled the trigger and gave him the belt.
I was thankful that I was there to see him win that.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see that. history, man.
Yeah, you can see early episodes of the You Don't Watch Sports. Bill and I were both like, I think Swerve might when we first started like talking about it, like, I don't know, Swerve might end up taking this.
Yeah,
Let's go Swerve.
yeah.
So yeah. That is your topics right there. You don't watch sports. We a bit of a longer episode than usual, but it be like that sometimes. It was
Hey,
fun because we had the guests on the show anyway. If you want to catch more stuff of ours, you can obviously check it out on the channel. Tuesdays, we got This Guy Hasn't Seen. This gentleman has been on that show a couple of times. It's pretty much Bill and I, as well as whoever else, trading media back and forth. One guy's seen it, one guy hasn't. Pretty basic strategy on that one. Wednesdays, we got the Whatever We Want podcast with Ibben's brother, good friend of mine, good friend of the show, also a brother of mine is there as well. Super Jazz. Well, we talk about just that, whatever we want. On Saturdays we got this show, and yeah, Mondays mock draft. Even have an episode with Ibn where we draft serial mascots in a fight to the death. That is a thing that happened, and it was
that was
fun.
fun. That was
That
fun.
was fun. But yeah, and I also have a Twitter and Twitch at Giotavi. That is Giotabi. Come on in, stop on by. Ibn, you got anything you want to say to the folks? Anywhere they can find you or anything?
Yeah. Follow me on Twitter at Ibdude. IB as in boy, dude, DUDE. Um, I'm not that fun of a follow, I guess, unless you like wrestling and football. That's all I tweet about, really. Um, there you go.
Cool. And then, all right. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week with another episode. Adios.